Hello there, beautiful sacred hearts, awakened ones. I'm Monica Bermudez, an intuitive quantum energy healer. And I'm coming on, my YouTube channel, The Love Wisdom with Monica, to share this very important love wisdom channel message through the Sacred Heart about the 5 top things you need to know about this new moon in Leo and the Lion's Gate, because the Lion's Gate portal is open and it is picking up momentum and energy for when it peaks on August 8th. So I have a very important message of things that have been going on and happening around, so I felt the need to post this on the YouTube channel. And I will also share a lovely mini oracle card reading that is just so beautiful and important. It just came up for the collective on this new moon with Leo and the Lion's Gate. And I also want to share some other astrological cosmic events that are happening right now, some serious cosmic conjunctions. So I'm actually going to start with that because it's going to tie into some of these top 5 things to really know about this new moon. So first of all, on July 31st, let's start with the new moon. So on July 28th, whatever time zone you may be, I think it will peak for most on July 28th. The energy of the new moon will peak. So from there, there's some other planetary cosmic events that are happening as well. And it appears that now that I'm dropping over here on my headset, right, which is part of the energy that I want to talk about, disruptive energy and shockers. So there's going to be a conjunction of the cosmic conjunction of the Uranus with the North Node and the Mars energy, as well as Taurus. So there's a bunch of mixture of energies for that, and that's going to peak on July 31st in the afternoon for the East Coast time of the United States. And so I'm going to break down what those planets mean and represent. So Uranus is a very disruptive and a very shocking type energy to it and planet. And Mars itself is about it can be this energy of being agitated or warlike. That's typically what this Mars energy is known as. But with Uranus, there's also this aspect of the freedom and wanting to be independent. So there is, this warrior-esque type energy of getting the freedom that one is, asking, and not wanting to be in some of these conventional societal norms, or being set on certain expectations to be a certain way, and then you may have some other people giving their opinion on you or projecting their opinion on you without having a full story of, everything that happened or went on. And so they get, critical and judgmental. And so there's a lot of this, energy going on with the mixture of that Uranus and Mars. And then, with the Taurus, it's all about personal boundaries and just setting those boundaries in your life and relationships and all aspects, and really evaluating what is the most important, in your life, so personal values. And so there's a lot going on. So the North Node is all about your soul purpose and your soul mission, and what I like to call is the heart purpose. So your heart, when it's in alignment with your own soul essence, then that's what I call the heart purpose. And so with all of this, though, the whole point of all of this cosmic event that is happening, which a lot of this is a very rare occurrence, is that this conjunction or this cosmic event that is happening hasn't happened for, hundreds and hundreds of years. And so it is a big deal. Because when you have these rarities of these cosmic events, of movements of these stars and aligning in a certain way, It means that we're in for some really serious, powerful new beginnings. And in order to jump into this powerful new beginning, though, there are some things that have to be transforming in our life, that we are shifting, that we are getting out of some certain patterns in our life that no longer serve us, so that we're able to realign ourselves to our own soul. And with that realignment in our own soul, we're realigning ourselves to our true divine mission that we come to do here in this life. And that mission may be, something to do with you being a healer, or, spreading your light and your love in certain ways that, is unique to you. And so, with this disruptive energy here, it could feel like, certain agitations and frustrations could come up, and surprise you in that way. And they're so shocking that sometimes it could make you numb and not know what to do in the situation. Or it could just get, to the point that someone could be like really agitated. And I'll share, some examples as well from my personal life and what, I've been going through myself. But first of all, and, I'll interweave it into the message with the top 5 that I'm about to jump into, and then I'll get into the mini oracle card reading. So getting back to some, finishing up some of the astrological cosmic events that are happening right now. There is also, these planets that are in retrograde. And I believe Mars is still in retrograde, and then you have this Mars going into this conjunction and this cosmic conjunction event. And when the planets, are in retrograde, it's all about going within. Saturn is in retrograde, so this is the karmic planet. So there's a lot of lessons that are coming up as well, life lessons and our relationship lessons. And things, karma is really about rebalancing all these, aspects of things that we are, coming here to learn in our life, which is also another part of our soul purpose. So you could have many purposes, by being here. And so that's why, life is so important, because there are multiple purposes that you're serving, whether you're aware of it or not. And so, karma, that's one of those things about rebalancing and setting the scales into a balance. And so a Saturn, and then there's another planet as well that's in retrograde, that's Pluto. And these are about going to be retrograde, I believe, till like October. And so that one is about, the subconscious mind and all these other aspects that are as well coming up through dreams. So if you're having some really, really like intense, like clear dreams that seem so real, that's because of some of the subconscious things that are happening that are also being released through the dream. So there's healing going on through the dream. So that's a nice thing about dreams, is that you can also get healing at the subconscious level. And I'll talk more about this in another video. So let's jump into these 5 top things that you need to know. Okay, so the first one is, I'm going to arrange my notes here because sometimes I get so excited about sharing everything that I forget sometimes what I'm going to say when I get these downloads of messages. So, transformational beginnings is number 1. And so we are definitely going through these like disruptive changes from everywhere. So in that, comes this transformation or alchemizing thing in our life, and they're coming at a very rapid rate, and sometimes it could be really hard to keep up. I mean, for example, like I got, notice about having to rearrange my balcony here. Is what I call my outdoor office now, where I come and do my videos. So I had to like remove the rug, some of the unexpected message, that we got. And so I had to like rearrange my whole balcony and had to pretty much declutter. So, but it served, it was actually a good thing because it helped me to be able to declutter some stuff and also reorganize, and to make it look much prettier, much cleaner than it was before. So in that, what may seem like a shock, also presents like an opportunity for this transformational beginning in something in your life. So anyways, that's just an example of something, that I went through. And number 2, the quantum manifestation. So I've noticed that, we are all a reflection of one another, right? And every thought that we may have, and even the feeling that we put it behind that thought, it would really add the momentum of this huge, accelerated manifestations. You'll get it like instantly in that moment. And I've been noticing a lot of that with myself. So, I may be thinking about something, and then all of a sudden I get a call. Somebody else is saying it to me. And I'm not sure if anybody has been experienced this, themselves, but I would love to hear in the comment section what you've been experiencing. So, I could be thinking about someone, for instance, and then all of a sudden I get this call from them. For instance, I was trying to get an appointment, and I was thinking, oh, I should call this location and tell them that if there's any cancellation to just, give me a call. And I was just thinking about it, right? And I was just really having the energy and the feeling in it, but I didn't get a chance to actually make the call to tell them that. And then just a few minutes after that, I get a call from them, and they tell me that if there's any cancellation, that they will call me. So that's something of the quantum manifestation that is happening. And so this can also apply to and I guess I'm sharing this because it's very important that you become very mindful, very aware, very heart awareness of what is going on, and to really pay attention to your thoughts and your feelings, and what's coming up, and especially using this time to really focus on things that you're desiring. Like, for instance, like, you want to manifest more of the money and the magic behind it. This is the time to really focus on having those healthy financial things in your life. So number 3 is that depression and grief is on the rise. So I would think that this is part of an ascension symptom as well. So, just earlier today, I was feeling some of this energy come up of some depression and some grief. And, part of it was coming from these shocking, changes that were coming in rapidly, and, transformational changes in our life, a quantum acceleration. And so then, a lot of our identity has been shifting, with that, because sometimes we feel like we identify ourselves with certain situations. And so when that gets disrupted or changed, very accelerated, then it's just like questioning ourselves, and what is it that I'm really doing here? And there is, moments that I get that, but now that when I really focus on my heart center and really just bringing in my own of the upper heart, chamber of the compassion, is it able to alchemize that with the fires of transformation and transmutation, and that compassion energy as well for self, and really just being with yourself when that arises in that moment. So just knowing that you're not alone if you're feeling this, but something to keep in mind and in the heart when it does arise, to remember to keep yourself in this heart awareness and the heart focus, and bring it back to your own heart and your own compassion to yourself. And so just wanted to share that, and bringing in some of the joy energy as well. So anyway, so despite that, it was able to just shift and alchemize in a much accelerated way as well. So we're definitely working with a lot of quantum energies. And the number 4 is the ancestral lessons and clearing. So there's been a lot of ancestral, generational wounding that is also coming up. And some of it has to do with the mother wound, some of it was the father wound, and there's even the sister wound. And so this, all coming up from what I'm feeling, the solar plexus. And hey, the Lionsgate to me is about the solar plexus, and about personal power and so forth. And I feel that a lot of those wounds are also in the solar plexus. And so there is if you're feeling that family drama come up, then this is, has to do with some of the ancestral and generational type clearing that is happening as well in the individual life, but also in the collective too. And number 5 is what I call heart boundaries, which is another way of saying your own personal boundaries and having healthy boundaries. So this, I've been feeling that there's been a lot of power struggle. There's people who want to project, their mannerism of controlling someone else to be a certain way because societal or cultural says that it must be this way without knowing the full story of somebody, of what they're going through, right? And so they want to impose their, almost like they're just crossing their boundary and they're just kind of testing it, And so at this rate, it's almost like we're being tested to really step into our own power, or really, emphasizing on that. And of course, bringing in the heart energy with that, because solar plexus is about personal power as well, but there is also the heart and the solar plexus that are working together in this to form these healthy boundaries. And what I call the heart boundary, to bring in boundaries with love and being able to communicate this effectively and clearly, say no when it must be a no, but without having to be super aggressive about it. And so with that speaking up, it comes also with the throat chakra, which is your divine truth. It's about you being heard right now, and what you want to clearly emphasize somebody else, to not be stepping into your own boundary and wanting to project these other energies on you. And so of course with this also comes this message about constantly also clearing and cutting your cords in your body and everywhere, because when we have these other opinions and these other projections, what I see is they look like these energy cords that come and attach, and they almost look like they're leeches. So they're kind of like draining and sucking at your energy. And so at this rate, we're being asked to really use our own power to be able to, and ask for assistance and guidance also from our guides, from Archangel Michael, for instance, and the dragons, to help cut these cords. And always doing a constant clearing, so that you're able to stay in your own clarity, in your own heart clarity. So I hope these top 5 have really helped you, or they make sense. I would love to hear your comments below about this. Now I want to share this mini oracle card, but I want to just announce some really exciting things that are upcoming right now with some programs that I have been downloading and channeling, and I'm so excited about them. So the Lion's Gate that is coming up on August 8th, I was called to provide an activation for everybody, and the registration, all that will be in the description area. So the Lion's Gate, let me explain this a little bit. It's a portal energy where the Sirius, which is also known as the dog star, is, and it also has the goddess name of goddess Sept, which in ancient Egyptians, that was the name of Sirius, the star. And so the Sirius, the planet, is in alignment with the Earth, with us, and the Sun. So it's all about the power center and the solar plexus and this empowering energy. And so I'm feeling there's a lot of the sacred feminine empowerment energy that wants to come in and being activated at the DNA level. And so we're being called as a group to come together and to get this powerful transmission of activation energy. We'll have Goddess Sekhmet, who is the lioness goddess, and the goddess Sept, which is the name of the Sirius star, and of course the lions, and we have the star family, the lions people, and so many of our star family as well from Sirius, the Sirius Council. And it's just a very exciting time. That's when the energy really peaks, it's most highest. And so we're going to be jumping into this portal and going into this quantum leap and to shift our, timeline to be into the highest vibrational timeline. And just have these really shift our reality, to where it is that we're setting our intentions that are for the highest good for each one of us and the highest good for humanity and the earth itself. So that's going to be very powerful, and I invite you to check out all the links that are in the description. And it is at a very good offer, so do check it out and sign up. And I would love to have you as part of the group, because the more that we all come together, the more powerful that all these intentions will be for all of us, and that we're able to manifest in our life. And so as I mentioned, the energy will peak on that day, which is August 8th. It's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern time, which is 5 p.m. Pacific time. But right now, the Lionsgate portal is open, so that's where we're also feeling a lot of these energies themselves everywhere too. So, and that portal is going to remain open till about, around the time of the full moon in August of, at least August 11th, when the full moon will happen. But I feel it will stay open a little longer, probably till the weekend of that week, when after the full moon. So that's what I feel. And the other thing too that I know it's early to announce, but with this accelerated light speed of time lately, I will be having a message with the ancestrals and a conversation on the show Love Light, Living in the Spirit of Love with Dr. Jane Farish, on September 23rd at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Time. And we're going to talk about some powerful ancestral message, and as well as ancestor clearing, because there's just been so much of that lately. And so I been feeling the impulse and the importance of getting this message out to humanity. So do join us live for that, and mark your calendars for it. And you'll find all the information in the description as well. And I also, one more thing that I want to announce is that at the end of August, I am launching my first Circle of Quantum Conscious Creators New Moon Program monthly series, where we're going to gather at every new moon for every month, and we're going to set some super powerful intentions to manifest using the new moon energy and working with the moon goddess. And it's all going to come in with light language transmissions. It's just going to be so powerful, and that's going to happen at every month. So you can register every month, or you could just come to the month that you can make or you desire to come to for that month. So if you want to come for August, do come, sign up for it, because that's when I'm initiating the first one, and it will continue for, however long we feel the impulse to continue for this collective creation as well as an individual creation in our life. And it's time to start collapsing all the timelines to really manifest our realities and shift into where we want to be in our own soul alignment in our life, in our heart alignment. So check it out. I would love to have you there too. And so now let's get into this mini oracle card reading. So I want to share that I got these new card decks, right? And it's called the Priestess of Light Oracle. As you can see right here, Priestess of Light, and this is by Sandra Ann Taylor and Kimberly Weber. And I did a mini oracle card reading earlier, and the card that came up as I was asking the message, what is the message for this new moon group? And the message that came up was Circle of Eternal Joy, Timelessness, and Dance of Life. I'll show you right here. So you can see this image here. And so I was feeling the impulse to read this one portion of the message from this guidebook that was provided for it. And it says that this card brings profoundly encouraging guidance. Your life is eternal, and you're always connected to the bliss of your spiritual perspective. No matter what you may be going through, know that you can still find happiness, purpose, and understanding in the dance that is your current life. So this is talking about your joy and maybe dancing in your life. And I feel like reading this affirmation that comes from the book as well, and this will, so I was being intuitively, guided to read this. So this may actually be an affirmation if you want for your life, if you want to like apply it. Affirmation: I live in a vortex of joyous energy. I listen to the beautiful music of my life and dance to my soul sweet songs. So that is the message for this powerful new moon, these new beginnings in your life. And everything is just changing because we are being called to be more in our heart center. And that is really where all the essence of this whole, key to the ascension and our awakening. And it's just really being in our own heart presence in the moment, and just being aware of that, and just trying to keep yourself balanced as well when there may be like disruptive energies or any shocking things that may come up, and just doing the best you can, most of all, to ride these really serious waves of changes where we are being guided and being moved into this soul alignment that we are meant to live in our most highest and most joyous life on this planet, because it is our divine right to be in the joy energy. And so, it is time then, if none of these systems, societal systems and structures are not, part of our soul alignment, whether that's in the individual or the collective, then the change will come one way or another, because right now we're in this quantum energy of light as we're shifting more into the light body, and that includes Mother Earth. And that's why there's so many climatic changes as well that are so accelerated, because there's a form of releasing that is happening as well. So things will accelerate in a chaotic way. That is the way they are presenting themselves. So just do the best you can during these times of changes and energies, and just know that you're not alone, and that you have your guides and you have your star family, and we are here with you. So that is the message of the Sacred Heart, and I'm sending you all so much love. So I will see you at the next Love Wisdom message. Take care.